It is with great honor that I call upon the 42nd President of the United States, the Honorable William Jefferson Clinton.
Mr. President, Prime Minister Sharon, President Gorbachev, President de Klerk, President Rao, presidents, prime ministers, officials, foreign visitors and citizens of Israel, those who bear the scars of war, and those who bore the burdens of peace. Shimon, I can't believe you're 80 years old. I thank you for your role in the creation, the growth, the security, and the future of Israel. I thank you for your vision of the new Middle East. I thank you for believing that we can still make a world of shared prosperity and responsibility, security and harmony. That we seem so far from that dream today does not lessen its power or our obligation to work for its realization. As a young man, you helped to make this incredible country. Even though I feel at home here, I could look around at all the visitors who've come from across the world to be with you tonight, as the young people sang, as the stories were told, as the history was related. And every one of them was thinking just what I was. What an incredible place you helped to create. You were only 29 when you were Director General of Ben-Gurion's Defense Ministry. You started even younger than I did, and you lasted longer. The ministries, Foreign Minister, Defense Minister, Communications Minister, Transportation Minister, Finance Minister, Prime Minister. You had great difficulty holding a job, but you had an interesting life. You know, normally at a moment like this, we come together and we say, well, we're celebrating someone's 80th birthday. We're supposed to pat them on the back and thank them for a life well lived. He's just about halfway through. Here you are, the leader of the opposition, sitting with the Prime Minister. My opposition wouldn't be caught in the same room with me. You, keeping Israel focused on the future, preparing, no doubt, for another round of government service. The old Yiddish birthday wish that you should live to 120 years seems so inadequate for you. Every now and then I follow the Israeli press and they start talking about a new generation of leaders. I know when that new generation emerges, Shimon will be standing at the front of the line. And he will have read more books, thought up more new ideas, conjured up more visions of the future than all the other kids put together. If I might be serious for a moment, I have personally benefited from this great man. My staff used to worry when I was in the White House when I was about to meet with Shimon Peres. They'd say, my God, between the two of them, they'll come up with more crazy ideas than we could implement in a century. Somehow you always found a way to tie your idealism to a practical sense of how to turn dreams into reality. Partly just by never giving up. You're about the most stubborn human being I have ever known. You just keep knocking on every door until one opens. If no door's open, you break in the window. Do you honestly believe that vision, willpower, and ingenuity are all one needs to change the world? You are a light unto the nations, and an example to your people and to all people. When the audience applauded in your biographical film at all the people that you knew who are gone, and when they said on the film that your friends who have passed over to the other side were smiling down on you, I thought of Itzhak sitting in the sky and saying, now, Shimon, don't forget what I said 10 years ago. Get up and tell them enough, enough, enough already. We have to stop. The one thing you always understood was the big thing, whatever the big thing was. The big thing about energy, the big thing about defense, the big thing about the timing of Entebbe, the big thing. The big thing here, amidst all your death and sorrow, is that you and the Palestinians cannot escape each other. Your acting on that won you the Nobel Prize. David Trimble from Northern Ireland's acting on that won him the Nobel Prize. But you can go on just as you are for a very long time. I wish the enemies of Israel who wish you would go away were all in this room tonight. If they had seen those young people in the uniforms, they would say, these people are here to stay. We will never, ever, 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 ever be able to put an end to the state of Israel. And I believe any American president of any party would always go on with you to make sure that you would never go away. I've learned a lot from you. Now that I saw this tonight, I want to live to be 80. But if I never lived another day, I could be grateful to God for the life I've had, in part because it was graced by your remarkable friendship and service. Bless you, and happy birthday.
ערב טוב לכולם. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening to you, Mr. Bill Clinton. I heard you love singing, so